Hello, I'm Amanda Goldston, LearnTarotOnline.com. In this video we're going to talk about the interactions between the Fool card and the Magician card. One of the most frequent questions I get asked is what happens when there are two or more cards side by side? How does one card affect or change another? And in this video we're going to look at the interactions between the Fool card and the Magician card. If you haven't already watched those individual videos, I would suggest that you do that first, because this video will then make much more sense to you. Look at the pictures on the screen, or take the two cards out of your deck and lay them side by side. What do you notice? How do they make you feel? Is there anything that strikes you about the two cards? If there is, write on your notes page or put it in your tarot journal. Both of these cards are bright, colourful cards with lots of yellow in them. Yellow signifies emotions, and it is a colour associated with the third chakra, the solar plexus, which relates to the self. From the Fool card, we have new ideas, childlike ambitions and dreams, a sense of carefree, going with the flow, trusting yourself and the support of the universe, courage and optimism. There's spontaneity, faith, heading off into the unknown, letting go of expectations and feeling uninhibited to express yourself and to create something magical and wonderful. There's a sense of simplicity, detaching from worldly values and possessions, and just perhaps taking a risk or a leap of faith. And from the Magician, there is the strength of your inner abilities and resources, connecting with your universe or source, using and trusting your intuition to create and manifest the things you want. There's a feeling of calm, confident, self-assured strength and getting ready to take action. When you have these two cards together, both upright, there is huge power. The follow your heart dreams now have the force of concentrated and focused energy. This is knowing what you want and taking action towards that. This is meeting the universe part way on attracting your plans and intentions into your life. When these two cards come up together in a reading, I would say to someone, follow that dream. Now is probably a good time, and you have all the resources you need to create whatever you want. And by trusting that the actions you're taking will take you in the right direction, the universe will support you. Trust your intuition and take inspired action. One interesting point to note with these cards is the positioning. As they are now, with the Fool on the left and the Magician to the right, the Fool is setting off on his merry way and has his back to the Magician, which is almost as if he's ignoring the conscious creation part of himself, or maybe blissfully unaware of the power that his wand contains. When you have one or other of the cards reversed, the energy of that particular card is blocked or misguided in some way. If we look first at the Fool reversed and the Magician upright, we see quite a shift in the energy. The Fool reverse brings us folly, blind faith, chasing rainbows, ill thought out plans, impulsive, impetuous, indiscretion, maybe frittering of resources, false starts, nothing completed, a definite need for logic and caution, and a feeling of perhaps just going round in circles and never really breaking old patterns. With the Magician upright, the person is probably very aware of the creative power and inner resources that they have. However, if that energy is not focused and directed, it can be very frustrating and destructive. If energy and creativity is applied to a project which then isn't finished or turns out to be a wild goose chase, then the person may stop using the energy of the Magician because the last time they used it, it did not bring the desired results. If we look at it the other way round, with the Fool upright and the Magician reversed, then we have a very different feel. Upright, the Fool brings us this wonderful sense of adventure, new beginnings, setting off on a journey, following the heart, going with the flow. Yet the Magician reversed brings us blockages in the flow of energy or creativity. There is ego, power for personal gain, trying to dominate, manipulate, and control the universal energy and other people, as well as doubt and fear being present. So in this position, the ideas and dreams may be present and a huge desire to follow through on them. However, they are likely to be poorly thought through, or coming from a purely selfish point of view, to create something which could be destructive or designed to manipulate others. With the Magician reversed, the person may have the huge desire for the inner child of the Fool to break free, yet has no confidence or belief in their own abilities to create that, or to allow things to flow into their lives. This can be hugely frustrating. Even more frustrating is when you have both the Fool and the Magician reversed. This gives a real sense of internal and external frustration, of going round in circles and being pulled in different directions. This would probably point to a person who really does not know what they want, or who have suppressed their real passions for whatever reason, and is trying to create and manifest things in a somewhat half-hearted, unfocused way. This may be because they don't believe they deserve the things they want, or that they really cannot believe that it can be easy to attract what they want. One of the best ways to learn the cards is literally to play with them. Put them in different positions side by side. Reverse one and then reverse the other. Notice how the energy changes. Notice how the pictures change and how the images relate differently to each other. Make a note of any insights or intuitive flashes that you get. So this was our discussion on the interactions between the Fool and the Magician card. Keep playing, keep practicing with your cards. You'll find that it gets easier the more you do it. So I'm Amanda Goldston, LearnTarotOnline.com. I'll be back with you again very soon.